Welcome to the Tay and Todd podcast, brought to you by Fansided. This is your co-host Tay and Todd. We are on a 4-game winning streak. 6-6. The Washington football team, a crazy victory. 17-15, 2 weeks in a row. Todd, how you feeling?
Okay, the fact that they won 17-15 2 weeks in a row is either really good, like a really good omen, or a terrible omen. But they won two, so they didn't lose two. So I'm gonna go with the good omen. Man, I haven't felt this way since 2018. Even last year, I didn't feel quite like this. This feels good. I was starting to forget what it feels like. Man, I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
Man, Todd, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it right now. I'm just in awe. I'm shocked. This team has fought. This team has drastically improved since last year. Yeah. And I know I mentioned in the group chat that last year we were 7-9, won the division. This year we're 6-6, second place in the division. Yeah. However, I think we've gotten better.
I know. I agree, dude. I agree because, for one, like, you look at some of these wins last year and all the, take all the credit away from the quarterbacks that they played, all that sort of thing. But look at the way they're winning this year. For one, they've beat real quarterbacks. They beat Russell Wilson, who the Seahawks beat the 49ers today and put 30 on them. They beat Tom Brady and the Bucks. They beat Cam Newton in his return with all that energy. And then they beat who did they beat? What, today? Was it today? They beat Derek Carr, the number one passing offense in the league, held him to 15 points. So these wins are much more convincing. And then the fact that we're seeing this type of resilience from the team 2 years in a row, and then the fact that they don't have Chase Young, they don't have Montez Sweat, Logan Thomas went down. The O-line is banged up, but they're still finding ways to win, dude. It's incredible. And when you watch those videos of the team post after the game, it feels like this team might be unstoppable. I don't want to get ahead of myself, Tay, but it kind of feels like they might be unstoppable. So let's just shout out our sponsors real quick. Hot Chikn Kitchn, Woodbridge, Virginia. Check them out. We need to see about maybe trying to watch a game there, one of these last few away games there, or something on a Sunday or maybe on a Sunday night. I don't know, figure something out. But check them out. Get a Nashville-style chicken sandwich and go to Dun Pro Financial's Diligent Training Program. Learn how to repair your credit, fix your finances, and start your 7-day free trial today. Let's touch on just all the great stuff today. Today we're going to do all the positives, because it was a great win, Tay. So let's just hit everything we loved. Tomorrow we'll see what we want to see improved on. But you go first.
One thing I want to say, Antonio Gibson, he turned the football. And,
he did.
He didn't turn the ball over, and he was a workhorse. May not have the Raiders defense played particularly better than what I thought. Right. However, he still kept the feet going, and I want to praise Antonio Gibson for just keeping at it and breaking off some big runs here and there. It could have almost had a couple house calls, but I want to give Gibson some props. Yeah,
at one point he was, I think, 10 carries, 63 yards, so his average started off pretty good. They started keying in on the run at some point and getting in the backfield, but I mean, he's churning out yards one way or another. I'm gonna go with Leno and Lucas. So Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue, right? Now, they won their battles. They had their wins for sure, but one sack allowed. At the end of the day, Taylor Heinicke's, magician skills at play, which he had one that really should have been his best of the year. He put it a little too high, and Logan maybe couldn't get it, or just, it was tough. But still, the offensive line only allowed one sack, especially Cornelius Lucas and Charles Leno. I'm going to shout them out because the Raiders kind of have one of the best defensive end duos in the league. And so I'm impressed. The holding penalties weren't out of hand or anything. I'm impressed with those guys because I feel like it was definitely a tough spot they were in, but I mean, clearly they did enough.
Yeah, and I want to go secondary second. I think, William Jackson is playing lights out.
Yeah, he is.
Kendall Fuller has been playing lights out.
Yes, he has.
Bobby McCain had some huge PBUs.
Yes.
It's going to get interesting. I love the secondary. The secondaries play this week.
Yeah. Speaking of the secondary, after Washington kicked the field goal, they went up. The Raiders it was a smart play on first down to just take a shot down the field. You're going to get a defender one-on-one who very often will just panic and just grab and not look for the ball and then PI, and they are in the 10, inside the 10. I think that was a great call, and I am very impressed with Bobby McCain and him getting, really more than anything, getting his head back. Because when you get your head back as a DB, you can do so much more in terms of contacting the receiver. And I think if he didn't get his head back and did everything else the same, it's pass interference. But he got his head back. I think he looked back, looked forward, looked back again, and was playing the ball. And so no flags. And I'm also going to shout out the refs because it wasn't pass interference, but we've seen it called in those situations. But you can't throw it there unless it's blatant and affect the game like that. So shout out to Bob McCain and shout out to the refs for not taking over the game and feeling like, hey, we got to be the stars of the show here. But for real, Bobby McCain, that's a really good play. It's a tough play. That's impressive. So good for him.
Yeah. And who else would you say for positive, like a positive player, position group?
Gotta shout out Taylor Heineke because, so he started off the game hot, of course. Now, he was high all day. Tweeted it out, Taylor Heineke. It's in his name, okay? So we probably shouldn't be too surprised, right, Tay? Yeah. His name is not Taylor Loneke. And I'm just like, let's just all laugh at that because it's like, whatever. But I appreciate you keeping it real with me. But he bounced back from a pick. Now, the pick wasn't his fault. The pick was the defensive ends. It was Max Crosby getting there and hitting his arm and the ball sailing on him. I want to look at the all-22 because I'm willing to bet he was trying to hit Terry McLaurin on that classic dig, and it probably would have been there. But he bounced back from the pick that gave the Raiders the lead, and then they just marched down the field like it was nothing. He had that one near interception, near pick six, right? But other than that, he was just flawless, surgical on that game-winning, what ended up being the game-winning drive. So he didn't have 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 1 sack. He had a couple magician situations. He wasn't lights out. It wasn't one of his best games. Definitely one of his better games. But I just love the way he bounces back. In these game-winning situations, he's been good. It's fun having a quarterback you feel kind of confident about getting you down the field, and it's so much fun having a quarterback who can escape the way he does. I really wish he would have got that one to Logan Thomas because that would have been maybe number 1 on SportsCenter's top 10.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it was amazing. Brian Johnson, wow.
Bro, oh yes, give him a shout out. Give him a shout out. 9 for 9.
Wow. I just don't know what to say. I was nervous.
Fourth kicker.
Fourth kicker, and I was a little weary after seeing the first PT after we scored
the PAT.
PAT. And this one was kind of leaning a little bit, man. Mm-hmm. This was huge. I could not watch it. I was like, oh goodness, man. I'm so glad he made it, man. That was a huge drive.
Yes.
Man, that was awesome.
Yes, it was awesome. And some people, I like the play call to hand it off to Curtis Samuel there. I thought that was a good call. He was inches away from getting it, which I'm going to shout out Keith Ishmael. He's battling. He's holding up his own in pass pro pretty well, right? I think run blocking, I think he maybe needs more strength. I think maybe he's more naturally a pass blocker, but he's battling out there. And I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. That field goal from Brian Johnson. I mean, because it was, the question was, do you go for it there or do you kick the field goal? But you kind of have to kick the field goal. I know you want to ice the game, but you kind of have to kick the field goal because you're going to have to kick the field goal anyway. Exactly. So you have to kick the field goal there. And, I mean, so, I didn't get to see it. I was driving in the mountains. Internet was in and out. I had it on my iPad, but the hotspot was in and out. So I'm on Twitter, getting updates on Twitter, getting updates from the group chat from Yalte. Y'all send a text saying whatever, and I have to gauge if it's a positive or if it's a negative. If it's a positive OMG, if it's a negative OMG, if it's a positive WTF, if it's a negative WTF. You know what I'm saying? It was extremely stressful, but we got through it. Let's see. I don't know if there's any other low-key positive. Cole Holcomb did his job in pass defense today. Very impressed with how he performed. That defense, man, they're clicking. They're clicking. And that defensive line they didn't get consistent pressure, but they did enough.
They did enough. And John Bates.
Yeah, I'm liking it more and more.
Man, next year he might be. Woo.
More and more. I think Scott Turner is going to catch a lot of flack. His game plan his goal was clearly to protect those tackles because he knew Ngakoue and Crosby were threats. All those screens, obviously he's trying to run the ball, but he was clearly trying to take away that strength for the Raiders, and I think that's why we didn't see as much aggression in passing and why we saw some struggles. But I got to watch it back. I didn't hate his game plan. I think there was just the Raiders just did a great job sometimes of getting them in second and long situations where you had to pass, and then those guys can pin their ears back. But I wouldn't give them too much flack. They won the game. I got to watch it back, but I'm excited, Tay. I'm thrilled. Dallas week, dude.
Dallas week, man. It's just huge week.
Massive,
huge game.
Biggest Dallas week since I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Part of me wants to say 2012. Maybe it was 15 or 16 or something, but it's been a while since these Washington Dallas games mattered the way that this one matters here. And if they beat Dallas, oh my God. And then the 49ers lost and the Vikings lost. The Rams play the Cardinals this week. Eagles play somebody tough. And the 49ers, they're setting up. They're in the 6th seed. Washington
play the Chargers too.
49ers play the Chargers. Someone plays the Bengals. There's some tough matchups going in Washington's favor. They're the 6th seed right now, dude. It's so fantastic. I'm loving this so much. So that's all I got. I'm riding high though.
I'm running high too, man.
I know you are. Let's get it. Let's get it for sure. All right, we're gonna check back in tomorrow. We'll talk some about some things we need to see improved on, because 17-15 win. Clearly, some things could be better. Trying out a new format. Let us know how you like it. Hopefully, my audio's not bad. It's work in progress, folks. Thanks for sticking with us. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Let's go, man. This is Todd.
This is Tate. Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, hail to the Washington football team.
Hail to the Washington football team.